Hey there, it's Patmos and nice if you join me for the continuing adventures with our fun town on map 7 as we see the boats sailing away and we have a nice and peaceful, quiet town. Not too many issues, or basically no real issues. Well, there's one there, we should check that soon. We're building another row house, all the resources are there. They're already delivering resources to the next, yay. So hopefully we can build some row houses here. Should also think about what else to place here then, because they need jobs here and stuff as well, so we have to think about that, but we'll get to that soon. I just wanted to point out again, I do that often, the trees here. Look at how they change a neighborhood. You can see this area where there's hardly any trees, we've planted them last time and they still have to grow, compared to this where you have all these big trees, you see the people walking in the shade. I just think we should all have an emphasis on putting in greens in our town so that it looks nice. It takes time, of course, for these trees to grow, but then that area will look nicer as well. And it just adds so much to the feel of a town if you add trees to it. So please go ahead and add as many trees as you can, because it's nice. We like it. So that's what we're going to start off right now. We have pine trees on that side, so we're going to do pine trees on this side as well. And we're just going to make sure that if we start out here, we can go this way with the pine trees. Oops, I had to hold shift. Yes, trader, I will come to you soon. See, and then we can just go and go outward with the trees. And build ourselves a nice row of trees here. Just because it's nice and it will look fun in the end. Maybe not straight off, because of course all the trees still have to grow. But even then, it is just so much nicer if you have these trees here. Now, let's place some benches in here. So that the people can actually sit and contemplate their lives. Maybe just on that side, and then on this side we do a couple of bushes, although I feel a sneeze coming up. There we go. That should spice this area up with some beautifications. That will be nice. We have a trader from Barvin Cove. Do we need Horilka? Yes, we need Horilka, so let's get that. Do we need iron? Not really. Anything else? I don't think so. I don't think we're selling anything as well, so that's good. Oh, we don't have sheepies, and we can get some cheap sheepskin here to make some warm clothing with. That's good. I like that. Well, still more work to do, of course, on all fronts of this town. But hey, there comes another row house for more jobs. That's great. But we just a little bit of work. We added this whole new area where they can plant trees and make it even better and nicer. So that is great. Another thing I want to do, we've planted here this little patch as a reforestation area. Now, I'm really happy that they've taken care of all these trees. They make us a lot of space that we can use. But I want to keep planting some extra trees again. So we're going to do another patch. But then, if we can, right here, place is occupied. Yeah, I was afraid of that. We have to move it slightly backwards now. I hope it will just go like this. Yes, it will. There's just another small patch. So we have some extra trees for this one. I don't want to remove this. I think it's in a nice place with the carpenter and the blacksmith next to it. So I want to have this there. It's just that these people need to plant some extra trees. And we have to wait, of course, until these trees mature for them to really start producing again. That's why for the wood and stuff we rely on the others. But it is still nice to have these. Now take a look at this. How many resources are already delivered to the next one? I like it. Now, I've noticed that there will be more pathing issues lately, since the last update. Or basically the last 2 updates, so I guess that is something that needs to be fixed. But we'll see. I've noticed that lately the waiting time has been shorter. Normally once a building was done, you would actually have to wait like 2 or 3 seconds before people would start to move again and find a new route. And that's shortened a bit, and I think that's interfering sometimes with their ability to go to a certain place, because the game has to calculate this building in full and has to calculate some new paths. And maybe it's just not done with that while they are trying to find a path, and then they say there is none available, while there is, because there is absolutely no issues with this building. So that could be a thing, but we'll see. 2 people in dire need of water. How are these wells doing? Oh, it's completely filled up wells. Oh, there's no issue. Ooh, new family settling in town. Nice. Oh, and we have a store in here. I like that. Let's set up this store. Always have to check what we have with all the different villages that I play in. But I guess we'll have buckwheat and potatoes and flour no matter what. Or at least that's what we're aiming for. So let's put that in. Then of course we also need to sell clothing. Because the people will need that. So let's get shoes and warm clothing in. Or shoes. Then they also gotta need firewood. So let's put that in. And then I guess maybe some type of fruit or something. Family's out of food. Oh, that's not good. This messenger we had. Here's the messenger from Merefa. Let's buy some broadcloth there. Because that they can also use for new clothing. We're gonna sell these people some salts. That will be nice. We're gonna sell them some sunflower oil. Yes. And oh, we can sell them some buckwheat as well. Fine by me. There we go. Let's find the next resource that we want to use. Dried fish. No, we don't. Dried fruit. We're gonna sell some dried fruits in here. That's going to be the thing. There we are. Is that in here as well? No, there's no dried fruit in here. So that's something that we're going to put in. I think the apple places are now starting to get that. We can also buy it from the locals. Not that there's any locals close that produce that, but that's okay. At least they now get potatoes and stuff in here, which is great. And everybody here has the food that they need, so that worked out. And I think these are now... Are these starting to produce already? No, not really. No, we did have some dried fruit apparently. Interesting. Let's check here, because we're out of beef, we're out of flour, we're out of dried fish, out of peas and garlic. Guess they bought all of that. We don't have that much stuff incoming lately. We have a lot of beetroot though. So we could just change something out for another. And some horseradish. So what we can do is we can change the garlic and the peas out for beetroot and horseradish. There it is. Need to learn the alphabet. Just to make it a tiny bit easier for our people to get that little bit of extra food in if they want to. Just have to find... Yep, here it is. Beetroot. Where are you? There. And horseradish. So there will be that little bit extra food on the market. Should probably... Yeah, see? These also don't have any peas anymore. So let's change that for beetroot. Then we'll do the same here. We'll get the peas out. And we'll put in the beetroot. Now in the end, I just want to have those vegetables that actually won't spoil. Because that's the best, of course. Then we don't have to pay for something that's going to spoil in the end. We have a lot of families new incoming, though. We got from 469 to 485 with just one row house. That is something that I really enjoy, that you can get so many people in one go. Still a lot of work, though, to build the next one. But most of the resources are gathered. That's helpful. I just think we should be adding some other things to this village now that will help the whole town. Ooh, messenger from Paniutin. We can get more window glass. Guess we should get that. Mead. Oh, we have plenty of mead, so no reason to get that. Carrots. Onions. 883. Alright, deal. And then I'm just going to tell these guys, because we have plenty of money now. So let's stop buying from the locals. Right now, I think that will be better. 797. What we're gonna do, we're gonna put the carrots in here, actually. We did not sell any carrots now, I believe. And what we can just do is get this out. Then they should be transferring it to this granary. And then if we put it in this store, where there's no flour anyway, we can at least try and sell the carrots in this place. Let's get a worker in there. That might help with sales. And then let's go to this store. Because I think this is all set up properly. Yes, apply to all. So now this store can get faster stuff in. And then hopefully they can get those carrots in from the trader here. At least this granary is allowed to take it from other warehouses, so they should be taking it from this one, I hope. We'll see, but it should work, and then we have that spread around town as well. Our farms are just, I think, struggling a little bit to get everything ready. So we have to see... Maybe we should get an extra farm along the lines here. It's quite far away from town, so it could be done. Maybe we can put some sheep next to that as well. What happens if I start to build a field here? Let's make it the size I want. A 30 size field. Place is occupied, I know. We can rotate it later. There we go. Alright, so let's make it how I want it to be. 50, 30, 50, 30. There we go. That's one field. Oh, I think this can work out well. Let's go. Let's continue with more fields. Let's make this 30 units. Yes. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to build another farm here. And then we're going to work with some ploughs. We need the extra farm anyway. So that's basically a no-brainer. We're just going to get this new farm. And then we can introduce ploughs there. We should be able to get very good yields out of this farm. Especially with big 30 fields. This will just be our food producing farm for the town. And then we can put the sheep in here because they can eat hay. And they can just go into pasture, which is nice. Then that means that we don't need to focus on anything else. So just a lot of buckwheat and potatoes will come out of this farm. So that we won't have any food issues anytime soon. That means that I will try to get at least 6 good fields. And then later on we can add more. We're gonna start off with 6 good fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just one more. We still have so much space on the map. I'm always trying to cram things in a bit because I'm worried that we don't have enough space. But we have so much space here. Actually, if I do field 6 here... we will have 6 fields in a row. If we do another 3 here, we have space here for things like the sheep farms. That could actually work. Let's zoom in a bit. And we're gonna leave some space in between the fields, I guess. Oh, I have an idea. Let's do hay dryers in between the fields. So we'll set up one right here. And then one here. I think we can only fit in one, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe if we do it a little tighter, we can actually fit in 2. And we have to move it up a bit like this. Alright, then we're just going to place them in the middle of the field like this, so that at least there's some space around it. And there's as close to the gate as possible. And then I'm going to add one like this. And this will guide us on the way to getting, basically, yeah, this should go right there, and then this can go right in here. And now we can set up the new fields because we can see where they should be. That will be helpful. They're building the well now, by the way, for the people on the other side, right here. That's great because then they can have some water as well. That will be nice. Let's see. Alright, we have to start somewhere out there. So let's build a field like this. Oh, that's not going to work because of the Ah, shoot. So now it's in the way. Ah, shoot. Did not think about that. Alright, let's remove these then. Well, 4 hay dryers should already do the trick quite a bit, and we can always add more if we want to. In different places, we'll get a lot of stuff out of this. It's always a bit trial and error with these things. Where is it? Alright, oh, I'm pretty close to where I should be, actually. Alright, let's do it like this. And then go down here. Preferably in a straight line. Always tough in this game, having straight lines. I'm not a fan of City Skylines 2, but I think the line system that you have in there that helps you to place buildings can be helpful in this game as well. That you just get like a few lines that extend a bit on each corner so that you can just place some of these buildings a little nicer and straighter. It would help me out. I don't think it's accurate, of course, to have all these straight lines in a town like this, but for me that would be quite helpful. Alright, there we go. Last field. I hope we have the oxen ready as well, so that we can just put in the oxen. Alright, 9 fields. Now this is going to produce so much food for us, if we set it up correctly. And I think in the end it won't be a real big waste of land, because we still have plenty of land here to put stuff in. See, they're already asking for water. That's why I've built the well here. I think we need another one in here though. Oh, we already have 2 now. Oh, that should be good. That should be good. This house filled up. Still 2 vacancies, but we're getting very close to 500 people, and I like that. We also have a lot of jobs available at this point. So maybe... No, not maybe. We're going to set up a better transportation system now. We need more of these cart sheds. We are already short. We have already talked about that. We already tried to fix it a little bit. I'm going to set up some more carters out here. And there is one right there already. Could also get one near these industries, or just here next to the sand pit or clay pit, whichever of the 2 it is. The more we get of these, the better it is, because the more transportation we'll have that is with assigned workers to it, so we don't have to rely on laborers doing it. And in the beginning, laborers are very handy, and you will use them throughout the game. But having some people just making sure that things will go smoothly anyways is so helpful in this game. And the more we have, the faster we can, for instance, do construction work. Because this one is now completely set up for everything. The other one that we have is set up for construction work. It will just deliver to construction sites. And that is so helpful. If we can get another one of that, the construction should be even faster. Another messenger from Penny Utine. Let's buy another 1,000 mead. It will only come after winter, but that's okay. How is this doing with the carrots? Yeah, they're still in there. 101 onions. So we can sell these 101 onions, because that's what we have. Or 100 deal. We could even sell them the carrots we have in here, but 547. 547. Well, let's try that. 547. Deal. If we don't have it, we don't pay for it anyway, so that's good. Ooh, farm is almost ready. They're just getting into thatch. Is my thatchery producing enough? Oh yeah, we have plenty in store. I was hoping that, and now I can see that it's the case. Alright, farm is almost ready. We have to start setting it up soon. Another thing then is that we need oxen. So let's start with 1. And maybe not that one. 2. The best would be 6 already. 3. 4, 5. Alright, we're gonna do another one. 6. We have 6 oxen now. That means that we can get all the oxen in here that we need for the ploughs. So I like that. It's just don't click the ploughs yet once this is done, because they will be produced immediately, and we still need to fill up this whole building with workers and then the food and stuff. So don't get the ploughs in already, because the oxen will starve. So one thing we have to work on first are things like getting enough hay in here and having it stored, and getting water in here and having it stored. So that will be an important thing to do. Make sure you do that first and not put in the oxen here, because they're valuable. And that will just make sure they will all die out quickly. Alright, let's do it like this so we can store some hay there already. Not that we are producing hay right now, but it will be okay. Did they already deliver some goods? Oh yeah, they were already delivering goods to the row house, but we can do that quickly soon. Ah, the thatch is there. Come on, people, get to work. There he is, very good. There's another one. I like it. Come on, finish the roof so we can set up this farm. Perfect, there it is. Okay. Let's hire a bunch of ladies. Let's apply for oxen. We'll put this as 500, of course, so that we have plenty to go around. Even the carter can do it if we want to. Ooh, lots of ladies that can work here. But we have no fields assigned, so let's start by assigning all these fields to this farm. And then we're gonna set them up for plowing and harvesting. Now, we will have a maximum of 3 ploughs. That means that they will, if we do 6 fields of plowing, it will take quite some time, and that goes off the growth time. If we do all 9 fields with ploughs, that's not going to be beneficial for us, so that is not what we're going to do. We're going to make a system where we use ploughs, but not on all fields, because it's just too much. We're going to plow 6 fields, and the rest we're not going to plow. So let's set this all up. And then for these fields, I'm going to deactivate the plows. Now, how are we going to set it up? Well, that is basically not that hard if you know what you're doing. Plows, of course, make sure that crops use less of the nutrients in the ground. And once a field is plowed, it restores some of its nutrients. And one of the great things we can do with this is that we can now do potatoes, buckwheat, and another run of potatoes without running out of fertility, especially if we put some animals on there, and then a fallow field. So that's 5 harvests in a row and then a fallow field, while normally we do 2 harvests in a row and a fallow field. Now, of course, we have to set this up a little bit different so that we get the different types of crops all the time. Buckwheat and potatoes, and then we do potatoes here as well, and then here we do the same. So we get potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes. Then we do the fallow field, and then here we have another potatoes and buckwheat. So basically these fields all do the same, but they have the fallow field on a different year. So we can activate these now. And then on these fields we'll do exactly the same again, but we have these fallow fields here. So why not make sure that we have the fallow fields right there all the time? So here we're going to go with potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes and buckwheat and potatoes, so that we have the fallow field always in a different year. So here we need potatoes, potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes and buckwheat, and then here we have potatoes and buckwheat, potatoes, buckwheat and potatoes. So now this is going to get us, that's the wrong one, so much food that we don't have to worry about food, at least the first 2 types of food. The rest we're going to get from orchards, the fisheries and stuff. So we'll have all the 3 different types of food that we need. So the question is what to do with these fields. And I'm thinking to go full on weed, so that we can have a very good amount of wheat incoming soon. How can we do that? Well, if we plow them, we could just add wheat and then a hemp and then a wheat, but we're not going to plow them because it's going to take too much time. So we'll just put in the wheat. Then we of course want something else to go with the wheat that we can use, which is in this case hemp, so we can produce more clothing. And then we'll have a fallow field. Then of course here we're gonna switch it over a bit, so we'll do the fallow field right here, then the wheat and the hemp. And here we'll just do the hemp and the wheat, so that we have always 1 field producing wheat and 1 producing some extra hemp in these fields. Now this farm is completely set up. We can see they're stocked up on food. It is already December and I want these plows in, so let's order them. You see there's no message appearing that we don't have enough oxen available. So we have everything we need to get all of this ready. I like it. This is still working out, although we don't really have a lot of jobs available at this point. So that might be a hindrance to all the stuff that we can do. So we might need to add some jobs to different buildings. But I think in the end we should be okay. We can also do like laborer by hands and apply that to all the storages, and that might just switch things up a bit. Yep, now a lot more storages, see, are using ladies to get the stuff around, which is nice. that can really be beneficial to town to speed up certain productions. That's why I'm doing that right now. And with the cart shed, we provide an extra 10 jobs for the males, so that should be nice. The platform here will be very good for the water here, because they don't need drinking water. They can just use regular water for the oxen. So that's great. And that way... Ooh, we could also do it. Yeah, these already have that. Workers by hand, but they're not really taking out the bricks and putting it in these structures here. Oh well, we'll do that later on. There might not be enough workers in this little corner of the world. We'll fix it. There comes the first plow. Yep, there it is. Very good. And they have food and water now. They can have plenty of time to replenish those. How much hay do we have? 26,000. Ah, that should be okay. Guess we don't have to worry about that. There's the resources incoming. It takes them quite some time, so that's why we're not building anything right now, other than going here to deliver resources already, so that this can be built up next. So I am actually thinking out loud to get another construction office. We already have one right there. We have our town hall, which also applies construction workers. But we need to build it where the workers are, and I think most workers are actually present in this area now, where they don't have a job. So if we want to build another construction office, it should be somewhere out here, and then we can get these constructions even faster. But as you can see already, now we're short in people, and we still have the sowing in to do soon. So I'm going to hold off on that, especially since we will be providing a lot of jobs in the cart sheds. Oh, are they taking out goods? Did they make too much? No, they're already building it. Very nice, very nice. These are still awaiting the resources. I don't know why it's taking so long, but they are. So that's fine though. I mean, I'm not worried about it, but it would be nice if it was done. He's getting the oxen for the next plow. And as we can see, 2 are already there. Number 3 is coming the way. And then right in time, well, we have 1.5 months to spare. We have the plows, and then we'll see all these fields being plowed and then sown in. I like it. This will be very interesting to see how that goes. Alright, a messenger from Merefa. What do we need? Oh, no warm clothing because we already produced it. Can we sell some salt? Yes. Guess I have to check the salt works though. Do they still have 2 oxen? Yes, okay, that's good. I don't want them to run out. They're just not producing that fast, apparently. Wish it would go a little faster. But hey, we make some good money. We have good money anyway, so no worries there. There comes the last plow. Happy with that. They're now all going to go to the platform to try and build it, which is a waste because we might just see a lot of guys coming up trying to build this. This will be done quickly, and then they all have to return to the cart shed. In some buildings, it would be nice if there would be a limitation for amount of builders. So like this, if you just limit it to maximum of 2 builders, which build it very fast, then the others can already go to another structure. That's not in the game yet. That would be so nice that there's just a maximum amount that can build it. And it would also be good if they do that to like certain structures as the row house. Once it's nearly done, that the number of workers will reduce gradually, so that in the end, when you only need to do the roof, there will not be 16 guys walking towards it trying to build the roof, but only a handful that actually can do a job. But that's just my thoughts on it. I don't know if that's actually possible in the game or not, but I would very much like that to make things a little bit more efficient. Now we can see a lot of builders incoming here. I'm going to check how many metal parts we have. 282. Oh, that should be sufficient. Because we're going to order a bunch of carts now soon, and that they all take metal parts, of course. And we still are managing this whole town with just our 1 smithy. So it is very good that we managed to actually do that and deal with that. But maybe we need another one soon to keep up with all the supplies. Because all these carts will also need repairs at some point, and then we need more metal parts. So might need to start thinking about bringing another smithy somewhere. For now, let's get this in. Let's make this one for all deliveries, and we set it up to... No, we can leave it at 50%, I think. That actually will be good. 2 carts builds at the same time, because we have 2 carpenters. I like that. So now they should be brought in. Are there still a lot of ladies working here? No, not really. Could be that now they are working somewhere here. Yeah, now they're all working here to fill this with bricks, which is great, because that makes this guy do a lot more work, because he was filled up with work, so he couldn't continue. And now that they empty out the bricks, they can actually continue. Now this will soon be filled up though, so then not so much work anymore, but at least it's being done right now. And the first cart is there. We can hire the first male if there is one available at some point. That will be interesting to watch. Oh, there's a bunch here working. It does work with the warehouses if you put the ladies in there and let them work very hard, but it's also very consuming. You can see that with this one. Look at how many people are working there to try and fill it. So at some point it might be wise to turn it off again, so that they won't be just busy stocking up all the warehouses all the time. We'll check that. For now we can keep it running for a little bit. Especially as long as there will be men in this one. Yep, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, because we already have 3 carts in there. The more deliveries we can do, the better. And the next cart shed's built. Yes, I like it. Alright, we already have a couple of ladies looking for a job. So that means that most of the work in these warehouses is done. I think I'm actually going to turn this off again now and do apply to all. And now slowly they will all get out of their jobs there as soon as they're done with a job. Yeah, nothing to do here. Oh, we can sell a little bit of sunflower oil, make a tiny bit of money out of that, but that's it. Ooh, we can see a lot of logs being brought in. More and more stuff gets cleared here that we can use to build on later. I like that. We're gonna plan another building. Let's see, let's go to health and let's plan a barber surgeon so that some of our people can actually get some health restored. Where should we place it? I think it should be placed somewhat strategically, and I think that can be right in here. Problem is, if we put it in here, nobody can actually reach it because of the this is completely closed off as far as I know. Could also place it somewhere here next to the tavern, which could be... I think I'm going to place it this way so that it faces the river. And then we can put in some nice big trees behind it. I like that. I think I'm actually going to leave the fencing as it is. It's just that we need some openings in the fence so that people can actually get in. So we will destroy this fence and then get building on it like this, and then leave an opening, and then like this until we reach the water. Yes, there. That's one. And we might just do the same on this side then. So we're just gonna go like this. Leave an opening. Continue. There we are. Alright, I think we can really use the barber surgeon. We'll let them finish this house first, of course. And I have to check the new cart shed that I've created right here to start making stuff there. And this one will only be for construction again, so that we can put as many people into delivering goods to construction. That will speed things up significantly. These have all the carts, so now they can have all the men as well. We have a couple of man jobs open, but nothing too bad. We have water in the wells, so that should not be an issue. No issues in town whatsoever. One filled storage, but that's it. So we're also using up materials quite well. Did we set this up properly? 100%. I'm going to put this at 120, I think, but I don't know what I did on the other farms. 200, yeah, let's apply to all, so that makes more sense, so that everybody will go to the farms as soon as they can. When they need to do some sowing, that will be very good. Up to 2 buildings. These have all the men that they need. These have already got some carts. They just don't have some men yet, but we can do that. We can already do 3 because we'll have 3 carts soon. They can start to supply for construction. That will be very nice. Could be quite hard to find the men here though, because there's basically no housing very close. Oh, that could be something for next episode. Build a new area for housing here somewhere. And we have some industries in the middle. And if we build houses on this side, it could be very helpful. I think that might be something that we could do. Right, here comes the better weather. Let's focus on this for a little bit. Let's see the farms and basically the plows being in use. Now, we should see 3 ladies that are working. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, this one's almost done working. Please go get a plow. Taking a rest. Ah, shoot. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, going to work. All right, please, please, please. Oh, she's also going home. Oh, boy. Well, working on a field. See, they're all going to work on a field. I don't really know what they're going to do. At least the first 2 plows will be out. I wish number 3 was also out already. But 3 of them are taking a rest, so I don't know if a laborer can actually do plowing. No, they're all going to work the fields. So the laborers can't do any plowing. That's good to see. So we need actual workers to do that. And for that, let's sell a lot of stuff to their Karchi. That's gonna get us a lot of money. Nice. I like that. No, we're not gonna sell apples and stuff, but this is good. Do we need anything like iron? Well, we can get another 500 now. We can only do so many trades, so that could be something. How are we doing with lime? Because we need that for the row houses. We have 600. No, we have 5,000. Oh, no worries there. All right, this is all good. All right, 3 plows in use now. So you can see they're sowing in this field. As soon as this is done, crops will start to grow. These fields cannot be sown in yet. They're just doing the plowing first. And once that is done, they can actually start to sow them in. So we already lost a quarter of a month in growth time because they're not even sowing it in yet. But in the end, it will be beneficial because we can get a lot of nice goodies out of it. And they're starting to sow it now, so that's great. They will do the fields in order of they are in here. So these 2 will now be sown in first. This one will be plowed. Yeah, these are working on a field. They should be plowing. Yep, there she goes. Then another one should go plow soon, hopefully. Some of them are taking a rest, but as soon as they get home, they should be plowing. They will be plowing all this whole row of fields. So 2 more to go after this. Plowing a field, taking a rest, plowing a field. All right, yeah, going to work. Going to work. That's the one we need. Do some plow work. We'll see. Let's give him some time. Look at the bumps in the landscape. It's crazy sometimes. All right, we have a lot of carts available. We just don't have men available right now, which is not weird. I mean, it makes sense. There's a couple in here working, but I don't know if they can actually reach that job. But yeah, this is growing, 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 growing. They're still sowing in though, but it's only halfway March, so I'm happy with it right now because it is going relatively fast. That's a thing that I like. You can do it very efficiently if you have a lot of laborers available. Even this one has a lot of laborers in it, so I mean the first fields should be fields actually are growing already. So this is growing, this is growing. We're gonna get some wheat and hemp out. This should soon be growing. The last bits are being sown in. Here we see, yep, they're gonna get pretty far. The rest of them is already coming in here. That means that this field already has enough workers on it. It just takes them a bit of time. And yep, this one is growing now. It's a little over the half of March. So in half a month, we plowed it and we sown this field. We can already see this still needs to be plowed. So it also does require some work. And it takes time, so it's a trade-off. But I like it that we can now get 5 crops in a row at some point. So and then only 1 fallow field. So that will be very beneficial to the town. All right, who's gonna get the last plow? Nobody. Oh, this is gonna be fallow, of course. So the plowing is done. 5 fields of plowing, that works. And just need to sow this in and the whole field can go. So probably within a month, even with the plowing, you can get ready with a farm and start producing. This farm is completely ready. This farm is almost ready, but it has all the workers it needs to be ready. And this farm has so many fields. Look at that. 13 fields. So that's doing a great job. We can get some stuff out of this soon, at least these 2. Did I set this up properly again? Yeah, on season should be 5, just to make sure that everything is being worked. And, oh, then we should also do apply to all, I guess. Yes. That works. Do we get men in here now? No, not yet. So we need more men to work there. Gonna get this row house up quickly, though, because, yeah, all the resources are already delivered or en route. So, yeah, that's great. I like it. This farm is now ready too. Yeah, just one lady that needs to do something, apparently. Where is she? Sowing? No, it's growing now. Interesting. Yeah, she's done. Alright, that works. No required export. The carrots. We don't have the carrots anymore. They took them out already to use in the granary, which is fine. I don't mind. We're just not getting paid for it then, because we're not sending out anything. But that's okay. I think we should just get rid of the onions as well. They will spoil at some point anyway. Alright, well, we've made quite some progress. 2 new row houses, 3rd underway. We got a whole new farm with ploughs. We have the barber surgeon plant. We got extra transportation system. So we did quite some work on the town, but still plenty of work to do. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to them. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.